首先有请来自中国王China原力层徐英丽。现在有请来自中国王China领SHIDONG王CHUQIN。
Well, just listen to the rapturous applause that greets this pair. This is WANG CHUQIN, the men's world #1 in singles, leading in his teammate LIN SHIDONG, who was the world #2. This pair swapping places at the top of the standings in the singles, and now they combine in the doubles, taking on their compatriots LICEN and YINGBIN for a place in the final 8 here. Well, the expectation is high on LIN SHIDONG, WANG CHUQIN, who are the second seeds here across this best of 5. Will we see an upset? Well, we've already had some upsets, most notably in the men's singles, but will there be this one?
WANG CHUQIN, LIN SHIDONG.
Relatively new partnership, this WANG CHUQIN and SHIDONG pairing. We'll get into that in a little moment. Fraser Riley sitting alongside me, ready to lend his expert insight and analysis. Looking forward to getting your views, Fraser, once we've concluded this coin toss.
Red, green. Red for you, green for you. You win the toss. Receive. Which one will first? Zero first. Xu. Who will receive first? Lin. Which side? This side.
But why are they pairing up here today together?
It's a good question. I'm not too sure. Look at the fan vote, by the way. They're 95-5. That's
It's no surprise, is it?
crazy. No surprise, but I think it'll be more than 50-50 than that. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, China have the luxury of having the best depth in the world within their national team, so why not experiment? Both of these two players relatively young. Let's see if they gel well together here. This is the ultimate catalyst against the ever dangerous threat of WANG CHUQIN and LIN SHIDONG.
Versus WANG CHUQIN, LIN
Looking
SHIDONG.
forward to seeing
First
this one
game.
getting going.
YINGBIN to serve. Wang.
We'll serve and get us underway here. They're both set to plays, of course, a left-hand, right-hand combination, so they'll be very evenly matched in that regard, in terms of coverage of the table.
Yeah, that's right. They both have that advantage coming into this one. Won't have to make as much space for their partner. Won't have to think about that as much. It's a great start here. Nice swooping shot into the crossover section. And I see Yuan mid-cen at the table. I think he is so quick on his feet, so nimble. Quite slight in stature. He's a former Grand Finals winner in men's doubles.
He's a very handy doubles player, isn't he? He's got 5 WTT doubles titles, and at club level he's won 2 Chinese Super Leagues, so he's very good in terms of being a doubles partner. And then just offering up an apology there. They acknowledge the fortune that helped them along the way in terms of winning that point.
No flash, please.
It's an interesting day yesterday for Team China. Quite a few of them have already fallen in the singles. WANG CHUQIN nearly joined the list against Milota Rodzinski.
That would have been the upset of upsets, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't have done the ticket sales any good at all here at the China Smash.
Well, no, for Rodzinski to come and take him to a 5th game in WANG CHUQIN's backyard.
Yeah, incredible. Oh, that's such a scrumptious shot right there. Used the peripheral vision, didn't show where he was going with the form motion. That's an awesome, glancing forehand from WANG CHUQIN off of the half long.
That's his bread and butter, isn't it?
Yeah, he's very good on both wings. His backhand is quite often underlooked because it's very rare to see WANG CHUQIN play 2 consecutive backhands. He's a forehand orientated player. Lin Shidong, actually, for a Chinese player, is fairly backhand orientated. I mean, it could end up being the perfect partnership, Rebecca. And right here, basically a perfect start.
But is there a rivalry between them? You know, they're top 1 and 2 in the men's singles.
100% there's a rivalry. And that's something that the Team China coaches have to try and sort out. That might be a good thing. A reason why that they're paired together to try and eliminate any potential beef's the wrong word, it's too strong, but
Tension, perhaps.
Yeah, a little bit.
9-2.
We often see Team China players warming up against each other before they play each other. So it is seen as a team. The bigger picture always in mind.
3-9.
It was a confidence boosting point, wasn't it, for the underdogs, with YUAN and LIN on the verge of earning themselves 7 game points. They've been stopped in their tracks.
Doing something very special there. Oh, that's a stunning forehand from YUAN LICEN. I love the posture on that one there. Take it up again. Flip from WANG CHUQIN. Great counter. YINGBIN leaned out of the way for his partner. YUAN LICEN actually went for broke because the left side of the table was exposed.
Well, they didn't take kindly to having those 2 points taken off them, did they, the second seeds? And Lin Shidong, with that shot there, earns them 6 game points.
Net 10-4.
And the assistant there realised something that Mu Chunlei didn't. Seemed like a late call, but anyway, they wrap it up.
11-4.
YUAN CHUQIN with that trademark big forehand. Well, perhaps that's a conversation they've just been having, heading back out onto the table for game number 2 in this best of 5. Now, of course, they all know each other so well. They practice together, they train together, they know each other's games inside out. But how do YUAN LICEN and YINGBIN try and impose themselves on this? Because they are both very classy players in their own right.
That's a good question, Rebecca. I think even if you play a fantastic match, you can still lose 3-0 to a pair like Lin Shidong and WANG CHUQIN. That's the harsh reality that we've got on our hands here. A lot of people say, why do the Team China players seem so robotic? Why do all of them seem to play in a similar way? Well, it's because they are using the most tried and tested method of a modern attacker. They're using universally effective tactics at all times. They understand the possibilities and limitations better than anybody. So you won't see them overcomplicating anything. I think YINGBIN and YUAN LICEN should look to take a leaf out of WANG CHUQIN and Lin Shidong's book. They should try and serve fairly empty, without much spin, but it's difficult to contain WANG CHUQIN on receive with how he can flick. Look at that.
But let's talk just for a moment about his scare yesterday in the men's singles. He did look vulnerable, didn't he? Especially against an unexposed player in Rajimski. It was very surprising that he was taken to a 5th game. There could have been a huge upset.
Yeah, I mean, Rajimski's been knocking on the door for quite a while, I'll be honest. But yeah, a big scare for WANG CHUQIN. He wanted to try and shake off the cobwebs of last year here in Shogun Park, where he lost to Anders Lind of Denmark 3-1. Maybe that was playing on his mind a little bit, I'm not too sure, but yeah, Rajimski, a very good shot maker. Someone who can play well in the longer rallies. Managed to drag WANG CHUQIN's level down a bit. Wouldn't have felt good for WANG CHUQIN.
Well, he'll probably feel like he has to prove something here in this men's doubles.
Shot block from Shidong. Oh, played to absolute perfection there, Rebecca. Top block is so difficult to execute. You have to know exactly how much top spin's on the ball. You've got to time it right at the peak of the bounce. Sometimes you'll see the very best do it a bit earlier. But you've got to come around the side of the ball, down from above. trap the spin, turn the heavy top spin into back spin and side spin. Great one there from SHIDONG.
Brilliant ball placement right in that far corner.
They just seem more capable at opening the table for themselves early. A lot of things YINGBIN could have done there, even with a hand switch attempt.
Oh, well, that was uncharacteristic from
3-5.
YUAN.
Awkward ball to play, half long, barely attackable. That back edge there is a target and an obstacle. Got to be careful on there. Christian Carlsen, who's featuring later against LIN SHIDONG, has actually cut his hand open before on that edge.
3-6.
You should put padding around there or something.
Oh, well, then it wouldn't bounce properly. Can't do anything about it. But it's incredible, the awareness of the top players.
Oh, the crowd gasping in delight. You look like you're about to gasp in delight as well.
You're right, Rebecca. I'm stunned. Incredible that CHUQIN got back to ball. And look at the composure from SHIDONG.
6-4.
That shot selection. Little shoulder shrug from him.
Yeah, icy cool.
Yeah. But look,
7-4.
they've managed to make it tougher for WANG CHUQIN and LIN SHIDONG to receive with the same quality. Oh, I like the idea there from YUAN LICEN.
5-7.
Trying to dink it short.
Couldn't quite execute. Can take another look.
He saw SHIDONG drift out, so he tried to drop it tight.
Smart idea.
Smart idea indeed.
This is good stuff though from YUAN.
The difference that point makes. 2-point game where it could have been a 4-point game.
3-point game now.
5-8.
So they guarantee at least a 2-point cushion once more. Well played. These two don't have the singles to worry about anymore. YINGBIN was beaten by Flavian Coton. YUAN LICEN was beaten by Christian Carlsen.
That's a great rally.
8-6.
Goes the way of Wang and Lin.
You wonder whether that's a factor, whether they don't have the singles to think about so they can spend more time preparing for the doubles.
Well, yeah, because we've got WANG CHUQIN who's firing on all fronts in the singles and the mixed in this one. LICEN will be in action later in the mixed doubles semi-final. He'll be partnering up with Wang Yidi.
Looking forward to that match right there.
Please continue
The last
playing.
match of the session.
Another China-China clash.
Time out.
It'll be fascinating to see how game number 2 goes, whether YUAN LICEN and YINGBIN can really hold their nerves here, because this is a big test of their mental resilience at this stage. How effective will they be
8-7.
at having relinquished that 3-point lead? Coming up to some crucial points in game number 2, edging towards the end.
I think they're doing very well here. This is their first match, remember, at the China Smash. Incredible point here. LIN SHIDONG ends up on his bottom.
And to do it after the restart, after having called for the timeout, that's amazing work from the underdog partnership, celebrating with some vigour.
They were supposed to play the World Championship finalists, Lin Winru and Gao Junwei, but because of Gao Junwei's injury, he went through with a walkover. But to say that this is their first match, to say that LIN SHIDONG and WANG CHUQIN have already had some table time against Falk and Carlsen, you know, goes to show they're doing well here, the underdogs. But this is a game that they really, really need to win.
So there's no coming back, was there, with that shot down the diagonal from WANG CHUQIN. It's met with big cheers from the crowd.
That was imperious.
Just listen to them chanting his name. He's so popular. Why is he so popular?
I guess, you know, he's just a bit of an icon. He's a bit of a a pop star in China in a sense. A fashion icon in some ways as well, but you know, he is the captain now of Team China, a young captain. A lot of pressure to bear on such young shoulders. It's the way he carries himself, it's his aura. And of course, YINGSHA's mixed doubles partner always helps as well, and they've played together for so long. The two peas in a pod, and the SHATOU fans love that.
Let 9-10.
Big serve coming up here. Important one. Oh, YUAN CHUQIN deals with it with absolute class.
WANG CHUQIN, YINGSHA.
Well, he did get If SHIDONG and YUAN CHUQIN have anything to do with it, they won't take kindly, Fraser, will they, to having been behind in game number 2. Of course they won game number 2, but it'll sting a little bit, won't it, that they had to come from behind to do so.
Who will serve?
Yeah, prevention's better than cure. You wouldn't look to get in those kind of positions.
YINGBIN to serve. Level.
I'll be happy that they managed to turn the table.
Let. Level.
It's just class, isn't it, from YUAN CHUQIN?
His coverage is immense. He blurs the lines because sometimes he doesn't even seem best placed. Even off balance, he can still plant the feet and regain composure to play hard shots, which is incredible. I love his iconic forehand, that straight arm. Everything is just so deliberate with YUAN CHUQIN, and he's just so unapologetic about it. That's why, by the way, in the men's singles, he will remain as the world number 2. He can't go back to 1 again.
4-5.
Yeah, of course, this pair, haven't they, been swapping places at the top of the standings. And SHIDONG usurped YUAN CHUQIN at the top, and now they've
4-5.
switched places again. It's great to have that kind of competition.
Yeah.
Let. 4-5.
A lot of what we saw last season was to do with the Paris Olympics in summer, breaking up the season, and the pressure that brought about.
Well, it was a great rally for LICEN and YINGBIN to win, wasn't it? Because YUAN CHUQIN unleashed that big forehand. We had SHIDONG getting involved as well, and what a brilliant point to win for the underdogs here, to level at 5-all.
Crafty bit of a placement and speed change from YUAN CHUQIN with the block, but YINGBIN sweeping in, taking the ball from beneath the table and looping it wonderfully.
YUAN CHUQIN bests them this time. Forehand is such a powerful weapon. You can see how straight his arm is.
Yeah.
It's really quite unique, isn't it?
It's more typical of a Chinese player than a European, but even for a Chinese player, it is so straight.
Well, they stretch away now the second seeds into a 2-point lead, and is this the moment that they begin to pull away, do you sense, now that they've established, that sort of mini break, I guess?
I reckon they're going to pull away here. Wouldn't be surprised. Depends on the focus of YUAN CHUQIN and LIN SHIDONG. Oh yes, YINGBIN with an absolute corker.
7.
If this is a straight games loss for YUAN, is this an encouraging one, nonetheless? Will they be encouraged by how they've performed today?
I doubt it. I doubt it'll be encouraging. They might learn a couple of things. The table time that they're getting here in the Infinity Arena is a positive thing, but I doubt they'll be encouraged by it.
Please continue.
YINGBIN recently beat YUAN CHUQIN. In fact, I think YINGBIN is the last player to have beaten YUAN CHUQIN. He beat him in the Chinese Super League. He would have certainly been encouraged by that, but a different story in doubles.
7.
different story when you're at an international event. That's just ridiculous. Where was he?
7-9.
Wow, I would love to have another look at that. We had Wang Chuqin ending up on the floor there. After a really great point from Lin Shidong, a shot rather from Lin Shidong with that big step around. We don't see too often from the world number 2, do we?
Not as frequently as Chuqin, that's for sure.
7-10.
Very different point there then to earn 3 match points for Wang Chuqin and Lin Shidong. This to seal their place in the semi-finals.
Hallelujah, we've just witnessed a miracle. How on earth has he just done that, Lin Shidong? What a way to seal the deal there. That is ridiculous, seriously. How has he found the line to even go for that something to make it out of this world?